Good afternoon. Hey, everybody. Thank you for Cinnamon.
Yeah?
Hey, there we go. My mic seems to be going down.
Your mic's going down. Hi! Today we're going to be opening our hearts and accessing our arts to all my returning artists. You guys are so brave. Thank you for coming today. And if you have wandered in for the very first time, wow, you're a brave soul. How does this work? Basically, we paint a painting. We feel better about our lives. We have a good time. And we do it somewhere around an hour. Oh, and then sometimes we have editing and zooming on the fly, which is super exciting. I was really zoomed in. It's because we did an 8x10 last time. So for those of you that know me, know that it's happy dance time. Everybody do the happy dance. I got my happy dance on. I got my happy dance on. Because we always celebrate the wins. And the Heart Party community and myself, we have broken 10,000 subscribers, so we're getting pretty big. Woo! Celebrating in the studio with me is my dear sweet husband, John. A friend of ours, John Sharpa. I don't know if he's going to pipe up or not. We don't really have any control over John Sharpa. And then also Margaret, whom you guys know. Materials are going to be our 16x20 canvas. We're going to be painting Claire's Dream today. And this was actually, if you know the Sherpa, and I am your very, very good friend, then I designed paintings for you for your birthday. And that was Claire's Dream. So that's what she wanted, and that's what she got. We've got a materials list, which is going to the palette. Going to the palette. Hey, palette!
There we go.
We've got titanium white. We've got Mars black, yellow ochre, phthalo blue, and dioxazine purple. Assorted acrylic brushes. I'm going to show you guys and talk about painter's tape today. And of course, because it's a celebration day, and just because we have to shout out to her wherever we're at, a sippy sippy from Miss Graveyard Girl Bunny. She doesn't know me at all. I just do this randomly. So just to be clear, who all is with us today, John?
Oh my gosh, it is a full room out there tonight. Yes, we have the Junkin' Data Girl is with us. Rose, Mona. I see Anne, and let's see, Todd Graham is here. Gosh, it's just, I have to scroll up and up and up. Carrie and Chris, Colleen. I see Mark Muir in there.
No zombies, Mark.
No. What do you mean no zombies? What do you mean?
Zombies soon, though, Mark.
Yes.
Zombies are coming really soon. They might be steampunk-alicious zombies, but they will be zombies.
Yeah, well. How is the sippy sippy?
Oh, I am having this really good Tazo mint tea today.
Yeah?
It smells really good. I'm not having coffee because I had a lot of coffee this morning, and I thought you guys might want to paint at a speed that's human and not like on super speed.
Well, I think we dialed in a little bit more here in the studio side of things, so.
Yeah.
Get your little.
Woo! Everybody ready to paint this?
Oh, I think they are. Everyone's really excited to be here.
So there's something I'm going to share with you today, part as our celebration, part because we have been together so long and know each other so well, I feel really comfortable sharing this with you. In my studio and in my mom's studio, for a long time now, we have done this thing, not on every painting, but on a lot of paintings, where we place a wish, and we're going to start doing this every time now, where we place a wish on our canvas, and so that as we paint over it, that wish becomes part of our canvas. And I want to share this because I think that a lot of people don't feel like they're worthy of the things that they dream of and the things that they wish for. I think sometimes health is taken from us, and love and abundance and different things, and it feels like we can't have those simple things. Like, it gets to be really hard and really difficult, and we need to get back in touch with that feeling that we deserve our dreams, just like we did when we were kids, that we deserve our wishes. This is something that I have done for a long time. It's a little bit like planting a seed, and as you do it, you will find that you feel better, that your well-being grows and your heart opens, and that sense of wellness and okayness begins to return to you. I wouldn't tell you about it unless it had been really transformative in my life, and I just feel like we're at a place I can share it. So think about a wish that you might have in your life. Maybe it's having a baby, maybe it's feeling better, maybe it's more abundance. I'm going to put a wish in. We're working on my app right now. I'm very excited about it. So my wish is that my app goes live soon and is available for you guys, and that everything on it works and it's seamless and it's perfect, and our whole beta launches wonderfully. So that's what I'm going to put in here, is like, and that you guys love it. So I'm going to put in a wonderful app for the hardest. You don't have to have this written in, right, darkly. You don't have to write it in dark. You can kind of see it here. I don't know. So that's all you've got to do. You could put be happier. You could put more money. Whatever it is, this painting sells. I have a girlfriend who learned this from us, and she just writes this painting sells, and weirdly her paintings sell. So it's kind of an interesting thing. And so once we've done our wish, have you guys thought about what you'd wish for? And go ahead and trust it. I know it's really hard. It's really hard sometimes to believe that you can have your wishes, unless we're like at the Disneyland resort where they're really, really pumping us up for that. It's hard in a regular life when things are going on to feel like wishes are something that fits into an adult real life. But I think it's very important not to lose that. Not to lose that prosperity and that well-being. I'm going to divide my canvas. If my halfway mark, so if this is a 16 by 20, my halfway mark is 8 inches, right? Around the 6-inch mark, I'm going to create my horizon line about 6 inches up from the bottom. My canvas is moving on me. And I'm going to use artist tape. This is artist tape. This is not like the painter's tape at Home Depot. That is actually too sticky and doesn't function very well in the studio. And it's not like masking tape, because masking tape won't hold. This is water resistant and will create a nice barrier, but will not tear at paint or elements that you have underneath that might be delicate. It's actually very different and is worth a couple bucks that you might have to spend at Michael's to grab it. It comes in some colors, and this is a very nice way if you wanted to create a clear horizon line. Is there anything going on, John? Anybody have any thoughts?
Oh my gosh, everyone, they love your hat. Is that one of our blacklight flower hats?
That's our blacklight hat, and I just thought I would take it out into regular light today.
That's the one that the close-up camera loves to focus on the flowers.
Yeah.
It likes your hat.
It likes my hat and wants to mess with me. Yes.
You know, some people have never heard of artist tape out there.
They had never heard of artist tape.
Yeah.
It is easiest to find. I mean, all art supplies have it. It is in the aisle by the paper where they have the artist papers in Michael's.
Yeah.
And then the other side, they have all the rendering equipment. It's right there, and it's like, there's a blue one and a yellow one for sure. Usually sometimes they have other colors, and if you're trying to make lines and crisp edges, yeah, you could use a sword brush that was suggested the other day. But I mean,
sword brush?
Yeah, I went and found mine, and I haven't even used it.
Yeah.
Just used the tape.
Pinstripers use those.
Yes. Pinstripers use those. This for regular sane people that don't want aggravation in their life.
I now want a sword brush.
I know you do. I'm using a 1-inch. It's about a 1-inch wide filbert. We were doing this like, this is sort of the width that you're looking for in your art supply store.
And the Filbert's one with the rounded tip.
It's got the rounded edge. This is the Teclon fibers. They're short. I don't like long bristles. I like shorter bristles. I like a stiffer, more responsive brush. This is Creative Mark Ebony Splendor. They are currently on crazy sale right now at Jerry's Artorama. Just saying. I don't get paid by Jerry's. It's just something I noticed when I bought like 6 packages of them. So I'm taking my purple and my blue, right? And I'm mixing them together. I'm getting like a deep indigo. And I'm going to come up and start coming across my sky. Now I've added a little bit of water. I know this is kind of sometimes a challenging thing. How much water do I add? And that's where a good brush can come into play, because your brush can hold too much or too little water and make your whole painting experience more challenging. So a lot of times people will be like, I can't get the water right, and then when they send me a picture of their brushes, they have a brush with a fiber that's either too close to a watercolor brush or too close to like a craft brush, and the fibers won't hold any moisture. So I've got this here and here. I might add a little white, just a small amount, as I'm working it down. Now, depending on your paint on this sky to get the effect that you want, I'm also, if you'll notice, doing very horizontal brush strokes. Depending on your paint and how much coverage it gives you, you might have to do 2 coats of the sky. You may have to let it dry and come back and give it another coat to get a beautiful deep sky. Right? Now I painted my words in, I painted my wish in.
That's really nice. I like you painting your wish in.
You know, it's something, we've talked about this. John and I have talked about, would I share the wish thing? Would I share that in the community? Because it's a little out there. But I got to thinking about all the times in my life that I've done that, and it helped me emotionally. You know, yeah, maybe things even sort of showed up or things came into my life after I did it. But you know what? I don't think that that could have happened unless I was open-hearted to those things.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sharing that with you. You could be like, I'm not writing on my canvas. And that's okay. You don't need to complete the painting. But for those of you that need it right now, this is free. It's effective. It requires nothing of you other than a little hope and a little faith. And it's amazing what it can do. I'm getting a little more purple in my blue, getting a lot more white now, because I'm going to be lightening the sky as I come closer to the water's edge. How's our up close cam? Is it really seeing things good? Yeah, it is.
We just, I'm going to come out there. You may adjust your mic a little bit.
Okay.
I can do that real quick.
Is it a mic issue again?
Not really that. It's just as you're painting, you pick up little mic sound. Lovely thing about being live.
Fix it.
Just fix it.
I'm fixing it. Ignore these hands. They do not exist. Those are not my sweet husband's hands. No. Certainly not John Strappa's, who is suddenly quiet, like a whole visit, just talky, and then now we're live, and he's like, I had no idea that all I had to do was hit the live button.
He's being very, we have very polite studio guests. We have a couple of very polite studio guests. Margaret's in here. So.
Well, you guys know how sweet Margaret is.
Yeah.
She's sweet. So I got a little more purple on this one. Something came with me. So, getting this down here. And you'll notice that tape that's giving me such a nice edge. Right? See how light it is? Almost a periwinkle, close to where the water's going to be. Right? Almost a periwinkle. And I feel that I still haven't found the clacker brush I know my mom gave me. I know she gave it to me. Can't find it in my studio. Studio has a gremlin in it. I actually probably should have written the wishes, find my mom's clacker brush, and that would have shown up.
I think those gremlins are called children.
It is. They're probably actually, because what would be more fun than a brush on a spring, and then if you did anything to it, you would never report it back to the parents.
No.
That would be crazy.
No.
So, I'm having a little level issue today. I don't know if that ever happens to you. It happens to me where I'm like, I can't get myself level to save my life. So there that is, and I'm letting that dry. I want to share a couple things with you. I'm going to share my little owl rock that was created by Natasha Storfer. Isn't this adorable? Take some of those art skills and put them on a rock, and then you have an awesome rock. And I love this. I have this all the time with me. I also want to share that Dee, my very favorite roller derby girl and barista, found me a pen that is a brush, which I'm just dying. And she hooked me up at coffee. So I just had to share that with you. And then here's a really interesting thing because it kind of fits in today. This is from my friend Claire, and this is from her Enjoy's business. It's called the Grateful Chicks, and they do grateful beads. And this is your unique formula where they start out with the divine, and then 3 people in your life, and then 6 things that you have gratitude for. And this is a beautiful sun catcher. And I just love the idea of this. We're going to figure out how to hang this in the studio where I can sit there and touchstone each day on what I'm grateful for from the divine, and then all the people in my life that are helping me and all the things that are working out. I think it's important to stay focused on that. I just want to share that because I thought that was so creative, and that's her thing. And they actually have a YouTube channel that they're newly doing their YouTube channel, and they're local, so, and she's my friend, and this is her painting.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing that with you.
And doing a little
I'm
dance.
dancing funny. I'm doing the secret.
You're doing a secret dance?
I'm doing the secret.
It's a secret shuffle?
The secret. And this is my cup, Elmer.
Oh, it's a cute cup.
Elmer is my favorite, was my first like little kind of heart party purchase mug happiness.
The pen was a pretty big hit there.
I like the pen too.
I like the pen.
Freaked out by the pen. So I'm going to get a brush.
What brush?
I'm looking what little brush I want to get because I want it to load okay, but I want it also to disperse paint okay.
Do I get a vote?
Why would you? What?
I vote Filbert.
I was thinking I was going to just use a round.
Okay.
And another brush to clack it against, which is why this one is battered half to death.
Why?
So I'm going to get some just white, and I need it to be somewhat fluid. Now listen, guys, this can be done with a toothbrush as well. Practice on something else before you hit your painting, because sometimes the splatters can get away from you and that can feel overwhelming. When you get used to it, it's the funnest thing in the universe. Right? It's super fun. Oh, somebody's on Periscope. And I am just putting in some stars. And this is how I like to put in my stars. And it's going to be a very starry sky. But it can do weird little splatters on you. So you want to like practice somewhere else and see if your brush load is okay. And a lot of times when I get a big glob like that right there, I will just turn that into a special star. Like a bigger star. Something I thought out my poor battered brush. And I'm going to do my hair dryer right now.
Okay, hold on just a second.
So we're not waiting forever for it to dry, because even though it's crazy hot in the studio, for some reason the painting is dry.
Right. Hey, look, I found the right button to turn it down. See? But I didn't prepare any trivia. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's just been one of those days. We just didn't have time to get all that stuff prepared. But thank you for coming. And, you know, while Cinnamon is hair drying and drying off the canvas, if you guys could take the time to like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps let YouTube know that you guys are here, that you like what we're doing, and helps us be able to keep doing what we're doing. Lets me know what you guys are out there. So, thank you. And be sure to post up your pictures when you guys finish any of the paintings from this. Post them up on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page. The links are in the comment. The links are in the section below. So click down there. You'll also find materials lists and all the things that we need to do today. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to babble about. So hopefully she'll be done hair drying here pretty soon. Oh, she's still going. I should come up with some jokes. Oh, now here she goes. You guys saved.
Anything going on?
Well, yeah. You just. I was here long enough that I was. I had said everything that I could think to say, and was starting to babble and think about telling jokes. So you just saved them. Yeah. So it was like knock joke time.
Yeah, we got 10-year-olds. That's not good.
Yep. So don't leave me alone in there too long.
Yeah, and another thing I want to suggest to you guys, and you guys don't need to do this, but if you want to, you can. You don't just have to put a wish in for yourself. Did you know you can put a wish in for somebody else? I do this a lot. I put in wishes for people, and I just think positive energy to them. And it's something that's really wonderful, especially if you're giving a gift of a painting, and you know that they've got something really in their life that they're trying to have come into reality, or that they're trying to feel better about. If you guys ever want to private message me on my Facebook page some wish that you would like me to put up here, I can put a wish for you guys. I'd be happy to do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
If I get a lot of wishes, we'll just do like a random drawing, but I'll start putting some wishes up because I really think we're going to start doing the canvas wishing thing.
I think we can get a lot of wishes on a canvas.
Yes, I think we probably can't get a lot of wishes on a canvas. We would be obviously very private and discreet about,
sure.
It would just be like, I would just put the general wish, but I wouldn't be like, you know, so-and-so living in so-and-so with an address and phone number. Would not be doing that. So see, now I have this little line. If I want to have a completely where there's no bleed through, and I don't know if up close camera will catch this bleed through. Yeah, okay, it does. So you'll see this little random edge. Now, for the purposes of me having a straight line I can use as a guide, it's perfectly good. If I needed this line to be super watertight, I would push it down with my nail or a burnishing tool just at that edge, and that's how I would get a perfect line. Now, my water is super easy. My water is going to be my blue, a scotch, a smidge, a tiny amount of my black. Don't go crazy with this or you'll have black water. It takes very little black paint. And purple, no white. And I'm going to paint my water this deep, dark, nighttime watercolor color. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I saw somebody at Claire's party, actually Claire's mom, who's a very good painter and does not know she is. She did a harvest moon, and so she did all her colors in red and gold. She just did everything I did. She just did them all in reds and golds. And that was really beautiful. And she was a little disturbed by the girl in the umbrella floating away, so she just did an umbrella. And, you know, you can make those changes. Some people turned the girl into a mermaid in the umbrella, and that was a very popular thing to do. So, you know, try to remember that this is your space, and if you need to take a journey here, you know, a sacred little art journey across your canvas, don't be confined by what I'm doing. Don't be held back by that. Do what you need to do.
We have one too many keyboards back here.
One too many keyboards?
Yes, occasionally I reach over and I hit the wrong button on the wrong keyboard, and we get graphics on this on the screen. So I apologize.
Are they good graphics or inappropriate graphics?
It's, you know, you just get to know what the palette is while you're so. Have to excuse me back here.
We got a lot going on here. These live broadcasts are a lot of fun, but we could have a full staff of 3 people back here running all the equipment and stuff that has to happen. I don't think, John, can you describe how much stuff you're juggling back there? Because I think it's hard to even imagine.
It's kind of crazy. So we have we have the camera switcher that we run, and then we have the streamer that we run. And then we have the community, which is on another machine, and you know, trying to make sure that all the sound and everything else is going at the same time. So it's kind of crazy and interesting back here.
Yeah, it's a lot that John juggles. It's really nice when we get to have friends come help us because it's a lot of moving pieces. I'm really paying attention to my level brush stroke here. Be level. Water is level unless it is falling. Try to remember that. Water is level unless it is falling. And so light will want to reflect across it in a level manner. It will want to settle in a level manner. Unless there's gravity, motion, some other force affecting the water, it is level. Which is probably why you could use it as a level.
Yep.
That would be it.
Well, I have to say thank you to all of our watchers. We've got over 50 people out there with us today.
Wow!
Thank you guys for coming and painting with us. Please take the time to like, comment, and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that you guys were here and you like what you're seeing.
And I wonder, like, if we yesterday I was in Angela Anderson's live, which was really, really good, and she was really so professional because the live connection was being crazy, but she got through it, and it was such a great lesson, and I was really glad to be there. Sometimes, guys, like when you say hi, and you're like, Sherpa, hard. I'm like, I'm not like waving back because I'm like, I'm here like you. I'm just watching with you. But I am like totally waving back in my heart. One of the things we did was we were like tweeting it out and sending it out and sharing it out to see if we could like get more people to see. So if you guys are up for it and it doesn't put you out, I would love a tweet and a share.
Oh yeah.
I would love it. Tweet, 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 and a share, 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 and see if we can't celebrate and get this to be like an uproarious party, even though my sippy sippy is minty.
How is the sippy sippy? The
it's very minty.
It's minty sippy sippy. As we.
My lipstick's on the wrong side. Okay.
That's okay.
So just to annoy John, I've got to do the hair dryer again.
Uh-oh. All right, let me turn the mic down. I'm all alone here. Oh, but Mike, you're okay, Cinnamon? All right. So I think, yeah, we have some music out here. But I think Mark had a knock knock joke, so I'll go ahead and tell it. And it was, knock knock. I don't have anybody else. Oh, who's there? And it's zombie. Zombie who? It says, zombie girl by the light of the moon. All right, that's pretty good. All right, you guys gotta work with me here. I'm alone back here trying to, da-da-da. Yeah, well, Cinnamon's dancing. Yeah, and I think that that's exactly it. John's, yep, there we go. Bring Cinnamon back up. John was just, I told Mark's knock knock joke.
Oh no.
It was good. It's a good.
Was it good?
It's I didn't tell it as good as it could be because I had to practice those a little bit more.
Yeah, knock knock jokes they're a rough joke.
Yeah, but there was something. We had something while we were here. So
don't forget to send me those wishes. And don't forget to put them in if you feel like you're at a place you're ready for that. You're feeling kind of optimistic. It's amazing what it can do. So I have got this small plate. See the small plate? Now it was the one I designed for the original piece, right? And I think this 16 by 20 needs a bigger plate, but I don't have a bigger plate. You could get a bigger plate, but if you're like me and you don't have a bigger plate besides this was the last picnic you were at and this is the size plate you have, what I do is I place the plate where it's not halfway, just a little below halfway, and I'm going to just use it as a guide so that my moon circle feels pretty circular. Here's the thing, circles can be actually more challenging than people think, and a guide or something you can trace can make a big difference. It's okay. The most successful artists in the world do it. So these are tools. They're not cheats, they're tools. A lot of times people go, that's cheating. No, it's a tool. It's cheating if there's some weird drawing test or competition you've gotten yourself into where you got to freehand it, then yeah, that would be cheating, but then I'd also have to question what you have going on in your life that you're in some weird drawing test or paint off, draw off, battle on battle. Though when I was at VidCon, I had all my art materials just in case there was some sort of art throwdown, which of course never happened because I'm a crazy person.
So, yeah, if you ever run into Cinnamon, you just have to challenge her to an art throwdown on the street. Like it's the Old West. Just 20 paces and draw.
But sometimes, you feel like that. I don't know. I don't know why. I felt like that. I was running around just like ready.
You were ready.
I was ready. I didn't know if I was going to be called out.
Well, you generally do have your brushes and stuff ready to go.
We do, generally. So I'm going to take a little of my white, pull it out, and I'm going to grab a little of my yellow ochre. What I want is not a true white. I want an off-white. And I'm going to add a scotch, a smidge, a small amount of black. Yeah, that's an actual art measurement that I use now.
Is it metric?
Well, we know it's not. And it's not that I'm American-centric. It's that I'm just bad at math. That's all it is. If I had learned metric first, then I would be like, inches. No, I'm not doing it. I learned one thing. No more thing.
No more thing.
No more thing. So I've got this sort of grayed out off-white. It's got a little yellow cast to it, and you think, well, I'm not really sure. I want my moon to be that color, but there's a madness here and a plan. Trust in it. Trust in it. And here's your moon, and I like this painting to kick off this wish idea Because, you know, you can wish on the moon. Things we do so open-heartedly as children, and as adults, after we take a few in the teeth, we stop doing. Right? It gets a little hard, doesn't it? Yeah. To be that optimistic and hopeful.
You seem to be pretty optimistic and hopeful.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not because my life is perfectly smooth and nothing ever upsets me, man. People who know me know I can get wound up. I just have a path out of those feelings if I need it, and my art is a good path. I'm not trapped there. You know, and that's the important thing to remember. It's not that, you know, rain is never going to fall. It's that, you know, it's nice to have an umbrella if you don't want to get wet. I'm not saying I have good analogies. I get teased about my analogies a lot at home.
You can go dancing in the rain, though.
Huh?
You could go dancing in the rain.
You can. Yeah, you know. You can absolutely go dancing in the rain. And there are no rainbows without rain. And, you know, when you're in the middle of a really horrible time in your life, when you're in the middle of a trial or a tribulation, and you're facing those problems in it, it's hard to see the, you know, from the other side of it. But when you talk to people who've been through something difficult in their life, how many of them say, but this other thing happened because of this, and so now I see the purpose of this. But you obviously, when you're in the middle of it, like when you're in the middle of stubbing your toe, you're in the middle of stubbing your toe. You know, hard to have that sort of outlook.
Be optimistic when you stub your toes.
It's very hard to be optimistic when you stub your toes, and then people are like, you know, be forgiving, let it go, it's okay. That's not always that easy. Art is a really great tool to help you distract yourself from the pain in your toe and start to feel better again.
Is it?
So I'm going to let this little moon have its little rest here. You know, you can kind of see it and see how nice these crisp edges are. And we're going to, I'm going to get a smaller bright. And I'm going to use a bright, and my mom and I talk about this all the time. She's like on this mission to find the bright that will never lose its edge. Brights are wonderful because they're very square and they're very sharp. And on their tip, they can give you a very crisp, really wonderful edge. Maybe this one I'm trying to see. The bristles are shorter on this one and stiffer, and this one's a little softer, but I need the wider breadth. So that's what you're looking for. And sometimes I do this with a 1/2 inch angle as well. Now, I'm not going to go as dark as I have in the moon, but I don't want pure white because I will come back with highlights of pure white. Excuse me. And I'm going to start putting in these reflections. They're going to be wider here. They're going to be narrow as they come down. They're going to ziggity zag back and forth like it's Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. Can you imagine if I met Jackie Chan? It would be even worse than if I met Frank. I would just freak out. But he's sitting there like going,
would you play
why
a joke?
am I an explanation for painting? But he is. If you get your inner Jackie Chan going, you'll get this down really, really well. And so I'm also going to be very level because, again, like I said earlier, water is level. So I'm zigging back and forth. And I don't know, we can do the, good, we're on the up close cam. I was about to say, darling, can we be on the up close cam?
We absolutely
can. And we absolutely can. I'm also going to make sure that I take this to an uneven place. I don't want symmetry here. I want to avoid symmetry in these reflections as much as I can. So I'm totally Jackie Channing in my mind. I'm avoiding symmetry. Might take a line out here. And I'm gonna wander this, wander over yonder, yonder, wandering it here. And I'm gonna start opening up and breaking up these reflections into this water. And what I don't want is them to be an angle. I don't want them to angle or angle. I want them to be level. If you angle them, paint it out, try again. And it's nice to have this horizon line as a guide. And you may come back and put some darkness back in. Some darkness. Do you remember that movie, Legend? Weird Tom Cruise movie, right? Love it, says Margaret. We finally got Margaret to talk. Love it! And that girl from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, whom we haven't seen forever. So we have that going there. Now I'm going to come and get some white. Again, usually in the studio the stuff is drying almost as fast as I put it down, but today it's not. And I'm going to add some higher highlight reflections. Now some of these are going to be painted out when we put our umbrella in, because we're going to have a shadow that happens. Okay. And yes, of course, I'm going to totally ask Chuck Carson to have a traceable. And remember, you can check out Chuck's YouTube channel anytime. He's got a YouTube channel where he does these incredible doodles and time lapses of his art. And some of the Popeye stuff is like, if you like Popeye at all, you got to go by and check it out. And he and I are going to do a Doctor Who collab coming up for, I don't know, the release date of the new season. Which, hey, internets, when is that?
There you go.
Did someone answer?
No. Well, yeah, the delay isn't that fast.
Okay, yeah. There's got to be somebody that knows when the new Doctor Who season is starting, because that's when we're gonna. I'm gonna do a glow in the dark Weeping Angel, and Chuck's got something pretty cool playing on his channel. So I'm just placing these highlights around into the water.
I like the highlights.
Yeah, it's just where this painting works. And
I think I'd really like to paint this moon.
yeah. Now it's funny when I teach this to people. Well, when I taught, because I've done this one time now, I've taught this to people. One of the things I've said is, if you have a husband who's, say, into astronomy, it's a good time to pull up the actual moon on your smartphone, because they will come and weigh in on how you haven't geographically represented the moon correctly. But my husband isn't going to weigh in today. He's going to let me artistically express my moon.
We just like to have a moon. So it's an emotional moon.
It's an emotional moon. It's your wishing moon.
Yeah.
It's your wishing moon, because this is your dream and you're wishing. And that's what you're doing. While I'm letting this dry, I'm going to help show you how to define some stars. And if we're going to define stars, we're going to get a little teeny tiny happy detail brush. Right? And probably this will be up close cam again. I'm loading this up. Just brush on my tip. I don't know if you can see that. Brush on the tip. Just the tip of the brush.
Yep.
Is it? It's like the thing is like,
goes.
I don't know where I want to focus. The nails. All right. So I'm going to pick a little star that's right here, and I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger, a little more noticeable. And I'm going to bring very carefully a very light, thin line down. One coming over. And one coming straight up. So it's kind of like a little cross there.
And why don't we pick another one here, and I'm going to come over and move the close-up camera right on one. Hold on just a second.
Okay. I'm going to do one right about here. Let's do one here. Yeah, no, it's never a bad idea. I'll do a close one. Woohoo! Kyle! Hi, Kyle! Janelle and Angela. Hi, Kyle, Janelle, and Angela. How are you guys doing today? Are you painting? Are you liking it? Is it fun? Are you helping the big brushes in your life work on their open-hearted wishing? Because you guys are good at it. You guys
Didn't
know
need
how
to leave you
do
on that other camera. We can see you over there.
I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having a good time. All right, so I'm going to pick one. All right. Can the camera see what I'm doing?
Really, really good.
All right, so I'm going to do it right here. And I'm going to very lightly pull a line down. Take one up.
You slide your hand aside just a second so we can see those strokes. There you go.
And the reason I rest my hand against the canvas is to steady it. Okay, so when I have that, I'm going to show you while we're zoomed in here. Oh, actually, I put them all in, and then, well, I don't know.
Well, we can do this. Hold on a second. Yeah. Where do you want to do the next one at?
Well, we also have some detail finishing work on stars, so We're going to put some in, and then I'm going to show how to finish the star on that one that the camera set up for real close.
Okay, yeah, we can move around the camera too.
So the trick is try not to make stars that are in a little row like ducks, because that would be weird. Think about it, if you saw that in the sky and suddenly the stars lined up and were sparkling brightly, you'd be like, it's an alien invasion, which may or may not be exciting for you. You know, me, I'm just like, is it the aliens that will eat us, or is it the aliens that are going to come say hi? I really need to identify the alien onslaught, like its intention, before I know how I'm reacting. Do some bigger and smaller. Right? That's what you want to do, some bigger and some smaller. You don't want them all the same size, and that just gives you a little sparkle. Little trick that you can do, this is fun to do with little brushes, especially if this is going to be in a room at night, is you can use like Martha Stewart's glow-in-the-dark paint.
Ooh.
To do the star splatter and these defined stars, so that when the lights go off, their stars are sparkling. Don't do glow-in-the-dark faces, though. Kids don't like it. They don't. It doesn't matter how cute it is during the daytime. They're not going to like it at night.
What's that?
Glow-in-the-dark faces.
Oh, yes, that's true.
No. But stars, they really, really like, and it's kind of a neat little way to create some magic in the room. So if you were doing this for a little brush, that's a little suggestion I could give you, is to do the stars all in glow-in-the-dark paint. Martha Stewart has a pretty good line of it. Lucas paints have a very good line of it. I've seen a bunch around, and you would just do the same thing I did with the white. You would just do it all in the glow-in-the-dark paint.
Did you know that we had 75 people out here with us now?
I think somebody shared the broadcast.
Well,
thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much. Gosh, it's so nice of all you guys to join us here. We really appreciate it.
It really is.
It's a lot of fun to have everyone out here with us.
75 people. Now, see, and it would be hard to have a class in a room with 75 people.
Yeah.
But we're all together. It's like we're all having coffee, but we're 75 people, which is kind of cool.
So we should have some sippy.
We should have some. I need some new sippy too. I've worked my tea.
We need new sippy.
New sippy.
Well, I mean, if you could chat for a minute and talk with everyone, I think I might be able to grab some
Make me some sippy.
You need some sippy.
I need some more tea. But then the end of this painting might be like the beepy dance. It might be like,
sweet tea?
Oh, the Tazo tea? Yeah, I love the Tazo tea. Thank you. Now I have sweet tea by Tazo. I don't work for Tazo. I just have a bunch of it in my house. Which one is this?
That's the
That's really good.
Yeah, that's the flowers, the little red flowers.
It's the hibiscus?
Yeah, hibiscus tea. There we go.
Wow.
It's really yummy.
That is really yummy. All right, so I'm going to rinse my brush out a little bit. I think I want to pick a star, and I think I'll pick this star.
Which one?
This one right here, that one that we have on the up-close camera.
If you're going to do that one, I'm going to move the camera down just a touch more on it. But you go ahead and pick your paint up.
Okay, so I've got my little yellow here, and I'm going to just add a little yellow to some of my dots. And I'm going to add a little yellow to not all of my stroke, but some of my stroke. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up some white, but I haven't rinsed it. I haven't added any water. I'm going to make sure I don't have too much paint by dabbing it into my towel. And I'm going to add the circles of radiating light. For those of you that have done the Van Gogh sunflowers, you're like, wait, I think I know how this is done.
Yeah.
I feel like Mr. Miyagi, a lot of times in these, were like, I tricked you into learning a stroke or an idea early on. You're like, I know all of this.
You keep fooling me by going to different cameras than I'm expecting.
I'm sorry. John is really a trooper in how he handles filming with me, because I am just an erratic hot mess.
No, it's fun.
And I'm sure Margaret is like, whoa, when she's got to come in and do it. She's like, this woman is crazy.
What'll be fun is when we can have a camera operator.
If we had a camera operator. What are we doing? This is really like, this is a crazy thing we're doing with our YouTube channel.
So what do you do on the weekend? We make
What
YouTube
do
videos.
I ever do? It's like, people are like, what do you do? I think I do YouTube. I think that's all I'm doing right now.
Sort of our hobby is making lovely videos.
Making lovely, wobbly videos. There's a
Lovely wubblies.
Stampy Cat shout out, right?
There he is.
So we got Graveyard Girl, Stampy Cat,
Grateful Chicks.
Grateful Chicks.
Have to say hi to Clive and your mom.
Hi, Clive. Oh, yeah, always hi to Clive.
There's a whole bunch of like awesome people out here too.
Clive, I'm not going to tell the story because it's not my story to tell, but I have decided Clive is a secret action hero. And you should be watching his channel just in case he tells this. I mean, because he waffles, so he's gonna, right?
Yep.
Something crazy happened to Clive. And he's like a Michael Bay level action hero, and I hope he tells you the story. And if you see him live, you should make him. So that's our sparkly, beautiful little stars. I'm going to hold this up to you guys.
Ooh.
There you go. So you can kind of see that, and that's how we get that little star effect. All right, and now we are going to put in our moon, and I'm going to look for a scrumbly unhappy brush. I have a brush that's been abused to no end here, and I think I'll use it, and it's going to be a very dry brush. I'm not going to add moisture to the brush. Angela Anderson in her last live thing suggested a deer-footed brush for clouds and this type of effect, and I went and looked at it, and that would be an excellent brush to purchase. The deer-footed brush, short bristled deer-footed stippling brush. Found them at Jerry's, and not a crazy amount of money. And I was like, thank you, Angela, that's a very good suggestion. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to make some darker, scrumbly little patterns that are not completely even. And no, this is like, again, if you have that guy in your life, go ahead and pull your smartphone out and find your moonscape. John doesn't get that. He gets the dream moon. Maybe this is not even planet Earth. We don't know. Well, I do. I'm painting it. You don't know.
We don't know. It could be a moon on some other planet.
Yeah. So I get you guys ready to do Pandora. So I'm not painting out all the undertone, okay? I'm not doing that. Not painting out all the undertones. I'm just adding some of what would be the valleys of the moon. How are we all feeling about our moon? I get so excited when you guys like post right up, like you painted with me live, and then you guys post something, like, sorry, John, that you post something right away. I love that. I'm going to go to this canvas next, so this is where I'm heading. I need to start calling out, like, you know, like shots in golf, like where I'm going.
No, it's all right. It's more fun to guess.
Is it?
And then I could be randomly filling up graphics.
I'm going to the palette now.
Well, you got a palette cam graphic up in that one.
Now you'll notice like some of my darker is more yellow and some of it is more grayed out, and that's how I am creating, you know, some tonal variance. And we always want tonal variance. We always want tonal variance. You know. Oh, and thank you guys for the support about the Ayala Art collaboration, that you guys have liked it. I've loved seeing the sugar skulls. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we love when you share your pictures.
I have some more fun collaborations coming up. It creates cool craziness in the studio, and I like it.
It's fun to work with other artists.
It really is fun to work with other artists. So there we go. We've got this sort of scrumbly little moon. Oh, I like that. Scrumbly. Okay. So somebody has to watch this later who's like, what is going on?
You guys are just playing with cameras and people watch.
You're just having fun painting and dragging other people through the muck with you. Yes, we are. So I've got just white, but I haven't rinsed my brush. And my pressure here, and those of you who've been here for a while are going to shout it out, wet cat pressure. So it's very light, as if, you know, you have just bathed your cat. Your cat is an unreasonable creature, and it's going to get you, and you want to pet it, but it wants to eat you. That light.
But we're in the ocean again, so shouldn't this be light stingray pressure?
Yeah, it could be light stingray pressure.
but not light box jellyfish pressure.
There is no light box jellyfish pressure. There's just don't touch the box jellyfish.
But I like the uneven tones on the moon. You know, they give it a lot of sort of dimensionality.
Yeah, and that's what it really needs, and it helps make it feel like it's, you know, got a rocky surface. And you could keep doing, you could just go, if like you felt like taping this out and frisking, you could flick paint at it and really go to town on how this was feeling to you and how moony it was. If you want to sit there and recreate craters and really get into that detail, that's doable. Claire's sister did that, and it was really beautiful. You know, and see, the thing is like, think about this the whole time. If you put your wish in, the whole time you're starting to feel better about whatever that is, because you're feeling better through the process of the painting. And how powerful is that? I mean, like, it has no side effects other than joy. It costs nothing. You don't have to send anybody anything or pay for it or, you know, get sick from it. It just makes you feel better, and that's a wonderful thing. So I'm getting this kind of moon in, and I'm just working it out till I feel better about it. I'm going to get a little black here.
And if you've just joined us, you can, this whole lesson will be live. It'll be available on demand after we're done here. And you can pause, rewind, fast forward, catch back up to where we're at if you need to. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you guys being here. And by doing that, you let YouTube know that that you were here, and we can keep doing what we're doing.
All right, and I just added just another layer of darker color. I just really wanted it.
It really, you know, that the layers that you keep adding really have, you've sort of blended them together now, and those little that really makes it look sort of like a cool surface.
It is, and it's just, you know, you're just using your abused brush that a lot of people throw out, but I say no, brush has second life. Second life has this brush. As a scrumbler, like the Velveteen Rabbit, it will never ever be thrown away. Those stories as kids, by the way, the Velveteen Rabbit and all those stories, that messes you up. Like, you can't, that's how you become a hoarder. You know what I'm saying? If you have to think that your toy is alive and has loved you, and you know, and you were just reasonably trying to, you know, let it go, oh, it's just, that really messed with me as a kid. I went through stage.
That's okay.
I've worked through it. I release objects now.
But you're loving, and you put love into things. Like we're putting love into our paintings now.
Yeah, you know, you are. That's, a lot of people talk about like how service comes back to you, right? And I think that's really true. Like when we give to others, service comes back. But you don't necessarily realize that this service of creating a more beautiful world, of focusing on something more beautiful, that actually also comes back to you. It's an interesting thing, and it really does. And so, you know, how many of you have no trouble helping others all day? Like all day, like you love it, you live for it. You're there for your family, and you're there for your friends, and you're there for anyone who asks, and then you cannot give yourself anything back.
You know, I love that, you know, children give the gift of art, and that's just sort of the, like you said before, it's sort of the first and most pure kind of innocent gift. And it's, you know, even when I get gifts of artwork now, it's still, you know, very meaningful. So. Because
you understand like what it's totally about.
Yeah.
Ooh, and when you give a kid art, that is a pure, wonderful way to say I love you. But it's a wonderful way to say, you know, that you love your friends. Seeing which brushes I'm holding on to here.
So let's go over and see what she's putting in there. She just, what do you have over there?
I just kept 2 of my brushes.
Just 2?
Just 2. The others are going to get washed later. Don't leave your brushes in water like I do. It's not responsible. So I'm going to put her in, and the first thing that I'm going to put in is my umbrella. That's just the easiest first object. I work at this like you do when I'm putting objects in, where I'm like having to really think about what I'm doing. You know? Now, one thing that you could do if you were having trouble like finding your level on your umbrella, you could use some tape right here. if you feel like I can't make, and I'll show you how you could do that. Because she's standing in the umbrella, so that's going to push some of the umbrella down. And if you used your horizon line as a guide, you could create a fairly level piece of tape, right? And I'm going to burnish this with my nail, which burnishing, that's a fancy way of saying I'm smushing it down. Smushing it down. I'm going to smush this down. And this is where the painter's tape matters, is because, now this is if the Michaels is not completely ripping off. When I pull this up, I don't pull up my paint that I just put down that has just dried, even when I burnish. That's why you buy the painter's tape right there. And I'm going to get my black, and guys, we're nearly through this.
Wow. It's coming together quickly.
It's coming together quickly. This is a painting, and you can give and give and give this. You can put a cat in your umbrella. You can put a dog in your umbrella. You could put two people. I mean, whoever is sailing away in the dreamscape can be sailing away in the dreamscape. So I'm going to make my little horizontal line of where I think the umbrella is. And this is the thing about this that is somewhat challenging, is imagining the umbrella tipped. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the part that's challenging, is imagining the tip of the umbrella. But this is so good for your brain. And I like to bring the umbrella up over the horizon line where the moon is. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to bring this side. I'm going to see how big I want my umbrella to be, because it's got to be realistic. That, not realistic, because you would not be floating in the ocean, you know, in an umbrella. That would actually, while beautiful on this painting, would be terrible in real life. That would not be fun. But here in the dreamscape, in the wish world, in the land of Baron Munchausen, is quite lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, this is the place where Jonathan Livingston Seagull could go flying. Right past you. So I have made this higher than this, and I'm still imagining, right, the full rounded shape of my umbrella underneath here.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the part that can be a little challenging for your brain. And you know what? You can absolutely draw over your tape if it will help you. So do those little tricks. If drawing over your tape will help you find your half orange shape that is your umbrella, draw over your tape. It's safe to do so. And then you can sketch it out and make your adjustments as you need to. All right, now I'm going to bring this little arc down in a smile, because I need room for my little spires that are going to come up. And again, this is just for the people who are like, I want to really work on these skills, and I'm just working on these parts of the process and I'm enjoying that. If you don't enjoy this part, Chuck will be coming. We will beg and plead, and Chuck will be coming with an incredible coloring, traceable, shareable piece of art. So I'm going to find the halfway point of my umbrella and bring this line up, very thin line.
So if you hear John sneezing in the background, he's having a mild allergy attack from petting Greta.
What? Why would he pet the dog? He's allergic.
Well, he was excited about watching you, so he went over to the other side and
he petted Greta just distractedly. He was like,
he was watching you paint and petting Greta, and just started.
Thank goodness he doesn't have a peanut allergy. He's that easily distracted. So I'm just putting in those little ribs. I find in paintings it's not that critical. Some people are very like specific and they really measure it out. I find in this type of art, people get your point. You know what you meant. So they know what you meant. You don't have to give yourself so much grief. And this is very relaxing. This is very good for your brain. If you remember to breathe. Just art, not heart surgery. Just art. And remember, for the wish to take effect does not require that the painting be brilliant. Why are you guys whispering? I can totally hear you.
So John was saying that he's having a mild allergy, so he's going to dash out of the studio so that his sneezing doesn't interrupt us.
Oh, well, I mean, I just think that's authentic, just sneezing. Everyone will go, I remember when John Strappa visited and they were sneezing. So he was very supportive of us breaking our 10,000 metric. There were social media posts and all kinds of things.
So you're just blocking in the basic black.
It's a silhouette. This is all I've got to do is paint it in. This is like coloring right now.
Oh, yeah.
Just therapeutic coloring. That's all it is, therapeutic coloring. You know, probably, you know, once you get this in, then it's just getting the girl in. You know, and that's really doable. We're really almost out the other side of this gorgeous painting. Out the other side of Claire's dream, which was such a good idea. This was really just her imagination. So that's a type of collaboration when you help realize a friend's imagination story.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to peel up my... Now, if my tape really gives me a lot of grief, palette knives.
Huh. So can I ask you a question while you're doing that?
While I'm peeling up the tape or using a palette knife? My nail isn't catching it. I burnished it down too hard.
Oh, yeah?
And so I can just use that to very gently lift. And again, close-up cam is on. Let's show why this tape is worth the money. That's why.
Wow.
I do not have the steadiest hand in the universe. I just have really good tape. My mom used to do a lot of street scenes in the 90s. Remember that, John?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
QVC.
Yep.
Sold images with her tapestry. Her artwork was in puzzles and paintings, and we were at Expo all the time. And that's how you get street scenes done. Tape.
Yep. So, we had a question about canvas versus acrylic paper.
Acrylic paper is just fine. It's just more expensive and challenging to frame.
So canvases. So I guess the feeling was that canvases are expensive, and
well, if you buy the 5-pack at Michael's with the 40% off coupon on sale, you're a couple bucks a piece into the canvases. And the paper is, I think it's, what is it, like $5 to $7 a pack, and you get 10 sheets. So,
yeah.
But what's nice about it, it's easy and it's convenient to put up. Store it flat, don't roll it. Put pieces of tissue between it. And you still want to varnish it, but it's a great way to work, and there's nothing wrong with canvas paper. And a lot of times when I'm on Periscope doing painting, that's just on canvas paper.
Yeah.
Because I'm just working it out. Mm-hmm. And it's also, some of those pads are great. Those are good for art journals, which is a great place to put feelings and ideas and thoughts and wishes. So we're going to take another, oh, that's too long of a bristle. I'm going to find another bright that I like, or a 1/2 inch angle, one of these two. I see a bright I like. A nice square bright.
There we go.
And I'm going to get a little water. I'm going to come get a little of my black. I'm going to add a smidge of blue. And, you know, we're going to have, at some point, a live, like a broadcast coming up soon where we talk about, like, simple stuff, like how much paint to put out, how to put out the paint, how to load the brush, how to just really, really gears up. We're going to be doing that real soon. So very similar to what I did coming away from the moon, I'm going to add a shadow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to add a shadow that this umbrella is casting. The girl is casting in the water. Because obviously it would. Got some just black paint there, and I'll add some to do exactly what I did with the white. I don't know if the up-close cam can pick it up. Maybe I need to hold it up.
You got it. Okay.
Well, because I want to show the blue tonality.
Oh, yeah. You can really see that. It pops. It looks really nice.
And it's just those weird little touches that make people go, ooh. I'm going to get back my brush. And you could sketch this in chalk first. It wouldn't be the worst idea anybody had. Maybe I should. You know, where you get a little piece of chalk. And I suppose my moon is actually dark enough I could get white chalk to work. And I'm going to sketch my girl. I'm going to create a line and draw a little circle here. Just the head is a circle, just a place to hang her hair. And I'm going to not deal with her arms at this thing, but I'm going to draw her little peanut shape, which is just her figure. And I like to think of a peanut as that. Right. And because of the angle of the thing, the handle actually comes out this weird place. So I'm going to black that in, so that's easier for you guys to see. So like me, you see me like work it out with chalk a little bit first. That's perfectly acceptable to do. You know, perfectly reasonable to do that. And I'm going to sketch in the little round circle that's her head. Just for reference, guys, the head right now is about 1 inch, and then to the umbrella I've got about 2.5 inches, which is so crazy how I eyeball that all the time, because your body is divided into 8 heads. So this is a head, and this is a head, and then below the belly button is a head, and then the thighs, so many heads, and the calf, and it comes out to 8 heads. It's really a funny bit of math that you can look up ever if you wanted to, and we may do something about it later. So I want to find my place to rest my hand to steady it. I'm going to just paint in my silhouette. Now, something to think about too, guys, is the internet is full of silhouettes, right?
Is it?
Yes, the internet is full of silhouettes. Graphic stock has tons of silhouettes.
Yep.
There are silhouettes everywhere.
You could make some.
You could make some silhouettes. So you could trace in a silhouette that you really were feeling, something special to go in there, maybe something meaningful. You know, go ahead and feel free to use those tools. So you can see I've kind of given her a narrow little waist, and you're like, wait, that dot, that little point I worked so hard on is going to disappear. Yeah, it is. That happens.
You paint over.
That's just what happens. Sometimes it does. Now, where does an elbow always bend? It always bends at the waist. So that's where you've got to put your bend in. And I'm going to stay fairly thin with my arm here. And bend it in here. I'm going to make sure my forearm is thinner than my upper arm. Maybe she's holding onto a map. We don't know.
She's floating in the ocean in an umbrella.
Well, see, this could be Dora, because this nonsense could happen to Dora.
And she'd be just fine with it.
Yeah. Dora is a powerful, powerful being that should not be messed with. I don't even know what that fox thinks it's up to. She has a bag of holding and a talking possessed map. I would leave Dora alone in the woods. There's a reason why her parents are not even concerned. You're like, yeah, the talking monkey's got it. You know. I love that new ad where it's like, if you're Dora, you explore, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I love that ad. It just had me on. I've had to watch a lot of Dora in my life. There probably will be a Dora lesson for you because I've been through so much Dora.
I like the Geico episode with the Kraken.
The Kraken?
The Kraken episode.
The Kraken episode.
That's pretty good. Oh, there's your paint.
Yeah. So we're just coming down here. And see, we don't try to save that part of the umbrella. Right. So we know that, I'm going to just use this to help me. We know that the umbrella thing would be coming out of here. You could also let your tape dry. I just need to create a line that says that's the handle. And you could do a little crook handle if you wanted to. You could do the straight handle, whatever suits you. It's your mysterious floating umbrella. And then I'm going to just work the hair. So how's everybody doing? We're almost wrapping to the end of today's lesson.
Yeah,
how are we
really
feeling about it?
Everybody's loving it.
It's just fun and easy. What are we all putting in our umbrellas? Are we putting cats or dogs or people, or who are we setting adrift in the ocean?
Well, actually, there's a call for everyone to do a live. They really would like to see a Q&A session where we just do a live Q&A. Yeah. Which maybe we would see when we can schedule something like that up. Where are you?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That would be just fine.
When would you be interested in doing something like that?
Maybe we could, after this, like a few minutes after this, do that live now thing, because we don't have to put it like up on the channel as a lesson. It could just be Q&A.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do a live Q&A after this. I think we could probably work something like that out.
So I've picked up just a mid-sized detail round, and how I get hair is I'm just heavier on the brush stroke at the beginning of the stroke and lighter at the end. You could also use a finer detail brush if you liked. And I don't know if the up-close camera is picking that up.
Yeah, we can get a lot of stuff in there.
Okay, so I'm just imagining that there's this wind blowing her hair. And I'm just trying to give it some beautiful gesture. And it's really a lot about having a light brush stroke. There we go. See, now we've got a little bit of hair.
Mm-hmm.
See? It's fun stuff. Taking some longer. Just play with it. Just have fun, because this is your dream. These are your wishes, and your wishes matter. You have to give a little bit back to you too, so that you can keep being the generous, kind person that you are. That's how you do that. And our girl, she's got her wish happening, right? She's not adrift. She's not scared. She's floating to her dreams. Floating to her dreams. Now you may have to do a couple coats with your black. To get good coverage. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And there she is.
Looking
Claire's
really great.
dream.
Wow.
Check her out. And I know I'll be seeing your guys' dreams. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She's gorge. I'll get a thumbnail up. How do we want to do the Q&A?
Well, I think that what we're going to do is, I'm over here. Turn around. There you are. There I am. Hi.
No, I have no idea why I was looking behind me.
I don't know why. It's like, we're just looking at the back of your head.
I have a sign that actually says point this way.
Well, so that's when you just need to point things that are over there on the sidebar.
For the iCard.
For the iCard.
Point this way, because I want to point this way.
But that's not where they're at. So what I think we can do is we can, let me take a look out here, because we have a great audience of people with us today. We've got like over 70 people out here hanging out with us right now.
Wow.
And I know that they have a lot of questions that they want to ask.
What we could do is we could, try that live now.
Yeah, let's do that. What we're going to wrap up here, folks. And
we're going to see you guys at the easel really soon. I want you to experiment with just opening your hearts a little bit.
Yeah.
Putting those wishes down and then just painting over them. in knowing that you deserve and you're worthy of your dreams. I know it's hard sometimes. Life can really, really get you, but it's just feeling like getting that hope back. That's a really powerful thing.
Yeah.
So art can do that for you, and I'm happy to be sharing that with you because I know how many times it's done that for me.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And here in about 30, 45 seconds, just give us, well, actually, just give us a couple minutes. We're gonna shut down this stream, and then we're gonna kick up live on demand over there in the streaming section of YouTube. So pay attention here momentarily. See if you can all jump over there. We would really look forward to seeing you.
Hop over there.
Hop over.
Hop over there. We'll just talk.
Yeah.
About stuff.
About stuff.
About stuff.
We'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'll see you guys at the easel really soon. Bye-bye. Great painting.